It was love, until it was murder. Welcome to Corntown. Hi, I'm Matthew Miner.
And I'm Stephen Holmes.
And this is Corntown, an investigative journalism podcast brought to you by the S&M Experience.
Last week, we heard the grisly details of murder in small-town Ontario. A good kid, a burned field, a charred body. Super gross.
The arrest of Kyle Van Truck shocked the town. We spoke to reporter Paula St. Paul from the Corntown Husker Times, who filled us in on the details. Paula joins us again today. Paula, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Last week you mentioned that Kyle was all bi.
I said he had an alibi.
Please explain the difference.
Here's the thing. Kyle wasn't alone at the time when Jaren Deeb was murdered.
In a spiritual sense, none of us are truly alone, Paula.
No, I mean he was with someone. Kyla Van Tractor. They were at the Cinecorn Theaterplex watching a matinee screening of Cool as Ice.
Oh, I know it well.
And he has the ticket stub to prove it.
This is interesting. A ticket stub doesn't absolve Kyle. He could have easily gone to the theater and then skipped out an emergency exit to do the deed. But if this Kyle Van Tractor can vouch for Kyle's whereabouts, then that means he has there should really be a word for this.
Like, evidence that he was elsewhere that would exonerate him? You definitely think somebody would have made up a word for this.
Right? So weird.
So weird. Now, Kyla Van Tractor. Kyle Van Truck's high school sweetheart. Best known around town for being the girl who will swallow an entire roll of quarters just for the fun of it. You would be hard-pressed to find a girl more popular than Kyla. She was unanimously voted prom queen, homecoming queen, and grand admiral of the annual Chunky Corn Chowder Battle Bowl. She seemed destined to become the captain of the Corntown Secondary School cheer squad, the most popular position in all academic endeavors. However, she found herself passed over for a spot on the team when it was discovered that she couldn't spell corn, town, Husker, and when they found out she claps on beats 1 and 3.
Kyle's intelligence was a divisive subject among many of the townspeople we spoke to. Many said that she's not the brightest light bulb in the basket, a saying that we argued isn't actually a saying, an argument that often led us to being called not the brightest light bulbs in the basket. Still others believed that this ditzy airhead that Kyle was known for being was all just an act. There was something deeper beneath the surface, hidden away like a bright light bulb hidden amongst a basket full of dim light bulbs. Their words. I do not understand this town.
We managed to speak with her on our lunch break from Dairy Corn.
And if it was all an act, then someone better get this girl a Blockbuster Entertainment Award. Kyla, can you recount where you were on July 23rd, 2019?
Yes. I was with Squircle.
Is that Squircle?
That's what I call Kyle. He calls me Grease Trap. It's cute.
It's not.
So, we were watching a flick at the Cinecorn, but, not really watching, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, anyway, it was around midnight.
But the murder happened at 2 p.m.
Yeah, which is around midnight.
No, 2 p.m. is the afternoon.
Then why do they call it midnight?
Because it's the middle of the night.
Yeah, but that's when it was.
So you weren't with Kyle when the murder happened?
No, I was. 2 p.m. at midnight. We were watching a live performance of Michael Flatley's Feet of Flames.
I thought it was a movie.
It was a live movie, cool as ice.
Starring Vanilla Ice?
Starring Michael Flatley.
Right. And this was in the afternoon?
Both.
At this point, we began to question Kyla Van Tractor's credibility. Was she at a movie starring heartthrob Robert Van Winkle? Or an incredible display of live virtuoso Irish dance? Was it 2 p.m. when the murder was committed? Or midnight when the witches come out? What did she mean when she said they weren't really watching? This episode of Corntown is brought to you in part by the Corntown Husker Times and the Corn Maze.
Want to stay up to date with local events and news? Subscribe to the Corntown Husker Times and have all that and more delivered right to your door. I mean, if you want to. We don't need it. Really. We're fine. Newsprint has never been better. But like the newspaper is a great way to see what's going on in local sports. Sports not your thing? We've got classifieds. Remember those? Pay to put one of those in the paper. Heck, we'll give you 2 for the price of 1. We're not desperate. We're doing just fine. Stop asking. Look, just subscribe and you'll get classifieds, a crossword with the answers posted directly below it, a local darts coverage, the same ad for a used refrigerator week after week, obituaries, that's fun, right? And all the great news coverage from Ace Reporter, Polly Paulson, the Corntown Husker Times. Subscribe or don't. We're totally doing fine.
If you're looking for a fun activity that most of the whole family will enjoy, why not come down to the Corn Maze, the biggest corn maze in the entire Tricorn area. Our state-of-the-art corn maze has so many twists and turns, you will be saying to yourself, "What is this, M. Night Shyamalan's filmography?" After you've made it through the corn maze, take a picture with Copy Darwin, the Corntown mascot, or grab a delicious treat like popcorn, candy apple corn, or candy corned apple. Or stop by our town's famous souvenir shop and get your very own "I made it through the Corntown corn maze and didn't even get cursed by a witch" t-shirt. The corn maze, easy to get to, harder to get out of.
The Corn Maze is not responsible for starvation, dismemberment, hexes, demonic possessions, or death. Anyone lost in the Corn Maze for more than 96 hours will become a child of the corn. Candy corn apples are not suitable for children or adults. If you find a severed hand, please leave it where you found it.
Immediately after the crime, Paul St. Paul also interviewed Kyla. We asked her to corroborate our findings.
So you spoke to Kyla Van Tractor after the murder?
I did. She's a key part of the puzzle. Sure, she's a little confused. She might not know how to tell time, but neither do half of the residents in this town. Teaching it is banned in schools here, like evolution.
Her recollection of the matinee was suspect. Is this truly a reliable witness?
Well, they weren't really watching the movie.
Can you please explain what this means?
I mean, the two were close.
Go on.
More than just friends.
I'm listening.
They were intimate.
Please elaborate.
Sex. They were having sex. Her testimony might not hold up in court, but you should try talking to Kyla again. She's a critical part of the jigsaw.
So we did.
I still don't understand what it means to not really be watching the movie.
Kyla, we understand that you were close with Kyle. Is it accurate to say that you're his girlfriend?
No. I'm like his lover, but I am a girl.
Despite your affection for Kyle, do you think he could have committed the murder?
No way. I didn't let him out of my sight all day. Well, except for...
Except for what?
Well, I left for a moment to tinkle, but only for like 5 hours.
Do you mean 5 minutes?
Okay, so maybe it was like 6 hours.
Well, that's plenty of time to commit a murder.
Oh, this is so pointless. It wasn't Squircle, okay? I know who did it.
Hold on. You know who did it?
Duh. I told the cops, but they ignored me. They said I was just a confused little girl. And to hurry up with that flame-blasted steak burger, hon. It's already been 15 minutes. Pigs.
And who is this person you believe committed Gerondeep's murder?
Oh, it's so obvi. It was Stupid Face.
And who's that now?
Duncan. Kyle's best friend. Really stupid face.
This was interesting. Nobody had indicated that Kyle might have friends.
This is what Paula St. Paul was hinting at. Unreliable though she may be, Kyla's claim to know the murderer's identity is intriguing.
We reviewed the police report. This time, something stood out.
The description of the perpetrator: male,
Caucasian,
slim build,
6 foot 2 centimeters,
dark hair,
and a stupid face.
Next week on Corntown. Who is Duncan Jones?
I was seeing Kyle's girlfriend behind his back. I was so mad at Kyle. I would do anything to get him out of the picture and get back with Kyla.
Anything? Like, say, frame him for a murder?
How would you describe Duncan's face?
Probably the stupidest face around these parts.
This has been an S&M Experience production. Executive produced by Stephen T. Holmes, Matthew Miner, and I'm a Plastic. Episode mixed by Richard Mixon. Theme music, Heaven and Hell, by Jeremy Blake. If you have any information about the murder of Gerondeep, email us at thesmexp@gmail.com.